তোরা কে যাবে রে ভাব সিন্ধু বলো धन्य कली जुगे रासे गर्मी आ गया ना? So warm, huh? क्या? Have to speak Hindi or English? We have a mixed audience today. Huh? Spanish? Gracias. बताओ फिर क्या करना है?
Today a lot of young kids also are here. 5, 6, 7 kids.
And what is the topic?
Krishna Prem.
Krishna Prem.
Radha Kripa.
English में बोले महाराज सबको इंग्लिश सबको आती है ना everybody knows English.
Everyone knows English. Only I don't know English. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. अजानुलम्बितो भुजो कनकवदातो संकीर्तनेकपित्रो कमलायताक्षो विशम्बरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षे क्षिप्ता सकामादि तरंगमाने कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं. वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं. वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Quick. One more time. Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. One more time. Raise hand. Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. बोलो.
लेके आए थे आपके लिए.
It's a very auspicious day. Disappearance day of one of the associate of Lord Chaitanya, Lochan Thakur, who composed so many songs, and we have so many songs in our songbook where he is describing the glories of the most compassionate Nityan Prabhu and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mostly Shri Nityanand Prabhu. Just a couple of minutes speaking about Shri Lochan Das Thakur. He is very dear associate of Mahaprabhu, and you know that those was a custom years back in India. Children, they they get married in very young age. So he was in very young age when he got married. Even, in the age of 10, 9 and 10. That was a custom. And I'm speaking about 500 years back. That was a tradition. So Lochan Das Thakur got married. कुछ बोलेंगे? तो आपका साउंड सिस्टम ऐसा है, मैं क्या करूं?
कोशिश करें एक साथ.
Yeah, raise your volume of the sound system, not mine. I'm trying my best.
मधुर है ना.
Yeah. So Shri Lochan Thakur, when he got married in a young age, so that's a system. All these Matajis from India, they know this, no? तो गौना होता था. So the girl, she was not staying with the Lochan Thakur. After wedding, she was staying with her parents. And then after some years, the parents of the girl, they approached the Gurudev of Lochan Thakur, Narhari Sarkar. Can you order your disciple to get the girl in his home? So Lochan Thakur, receiving the order of his Gurudev, after receiving the order of his Gurudev, he came to the village where the girl was residing. And he forgot, after many years, the wedding took place many years back. So he forgot which street to follow, which direction to follow. There was no GPS in those days. So he found a young girl on the street and he said, "Can you tell me where is this house?" And he addressed that girl as Ma. "Oh mother, can you tell me the location of this address?" And she said, "Yes, go there, turn right, whatever." When he arrived at home, it happened so that girl to whom he addressed as mother was his wife. And after that, he said, "No way, I can't accept her because as wife, because I already addressed her as mother. I can't accept her as my wife anymore." And therefore, he became totally renounced. And very long story short, he became totally renounced. And he started writing on the order of his Gurudev, his spiritual master. He started writing the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden avatar, Sri Mahaprabhu. But then he thought, I did offense towards Sri Nityanand Prabhu. Because Heno Nitai Vine Bhai, Radha Krishna Paithe Nai. Without the mercy of Nityan Prabhu, one cannot achieve the mercy, receive the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So I have not described the glories of Nityan Prabhu extensively. And that was his regret. And from then on, he started writing the songs glorifying Shri Nityan Prabhu to get his mercy. That's why we have so many songs in the song book. Nitai Gunamani Amar, all these songs. And the description of the life story of Shri Mahaprabhu, he gave the title Shri Chaitanya Mangal. Prior to, Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. So he wrote Chaitanya Mangal. And Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur, in his book Chaitanya Bhagavat, also is glorifying Lochan Das Thakur, that his book Chaitanya Mangal is bona fide. Whereas Lochan Thakur is thinking Vrindavan Das Thakur is non-different than Vyasadeva. So he also compiled, he also sanctioned that Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur, whatever he wrote about Mahaprabhu, is totally bona fide because he is not different from Vyasadeva, and his book should be known by the name, title Chaitanya Bhagavat. So just to remember Shri Lochan Thakur on this special day, on this disappearance day, because anyone who hears or speak the glories of the devotees get abundance of mercy on that particular day when they appear or when they depart from this world. So that's why I, in very short, glorified Sri Lochan Thakur, who is associate of Sri Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Okay, now what all these acharyas are teaching to us? There's something very important to know. They are teaching us to always get engaged in the remembrance of the Lord. Always remembering Him, hearing about Him, speaking about Him. And therefore, they explain the performance of bhakti in different categories, like Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran. Shravan means hearing. Kirtan means speaking. So because we have a mixed crowd today, some devotees and some respected guests are here, so that's why I'm trying to keep it very simple. Shravan means hearing, Kirtan means speaking, Smaran means remembering. So there are 9 limbs of bhakti. 9 limbs means in 9 ways one can perform devotion to the Lord. So one of our acharyas, Sri Rupa Goswami, he described who were the ideal examples of Shravan, hearing, and Kirtan, and all these 9 limbs of bhakti. So he described Shravanya Parikshit, who have achieved the perfection by hearing about the Lord. You understand my point?
Yes.
Dear guest, you understanding my point? When we say bhakti, 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 no, I know. Kuch nahi. Abhi, when I'm speaking, no disturbance. Thank you. Bas keep it. Thank you. Just focus here now. Let me die while speaking. Hearing means hearing about the glories of the Lord and His devotees. Speaking means speaking, talking about the Lord and His devotees. Remembering means meditating on the Lord and His devotees. So it's not only about the Bhagavan, the Lord, it's also about the associates of Lord. Why the associates of Lord? They are equally important. They are not equally important. They are more important. Why so? Krishna, who is Supreme Personality of God, means there is Sri Ram, there is Narsingha, Vara, so many incarnations. But Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the origin of all incarnations. All incarnations manifest from Krishna. Ram, Narsingh, Vara, all incarnations, every incarnation, they manifested from Krishna. And therefore Bhagavatam says Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original Lord. But another name of Krishna is, his name Krishna means one who is full of bliss. 2 syllables in the word Krishna. Krishna. Krishi bhuvachuka shabda nacha nivritta vachaka. Krish means one who has all opulence, one who possesses with all opulence. And Na means one who also have complete bliss. So opulence plus bliss is Krishna. He is the embodiment of bliss. Not that he extracts bliss, whereas he is the embodiment of bliss. The bliss emanates from him. Understand? We do party, we go satsang in association of devotees, we extract bliss. Whereas Krishna is the embodiment of bliss. The bliss and the beauty, everything emanates from him. Sometimes devotee says, it is offensive to say that Krishna is beautiful. Of course, Krishna is beautiful. But there's another level of this, that beauty manifested from Krishna. Or in other words, the beauty has taken shelter of Krishna. And beauty gets beautified when it's get along with Krishna. Understand? The beauty gets beautified. So Krishna is... पहले से क्यों नहीं करते सब?
People बोले that they cannot hear.
So why he can't cook before? Hare Krishna. आप इधर आ जाओ ना. तो पहले क्यों नहीं किया?
Leave everything aside. First come and
I
listen.
understand.
Come and hear.
No. I understand what he's saying. Sorry for that. Hari Bol.
Yeah.
This okay? This is good. अब समझ आया? नहीं. हरि बोल. पहले अच्छा था. कृष्णा हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल. नहीं
ठीक है बोलिए.
नहीं बोल पा रहा ना.
नहीं हो गया ठीक है.
ठीक है. हरि कथा में मैं नरसिंह हूँ. आगे पीछे मैं बुद्धा अवतार. क्या बोल रहा था मैं?
Beauty is beautified by
That I know. लिंक टूट जाता है. That's the problem.
Krishna का definition बता रहे थे. Krishna.
Yeah.
So somebody said Krishna is beautiful, it is offensive.
So the beauty has taken shelter of Krishna. Not that Krishna is beautiful. The beauty has taken shelter of Krishna and is full of all bliss. So therefore, he don't even know what is the definition of suffering. Krishna don't know what is the meaning of suffering. Understand? Do we know this? What is called suffering? We have done PhD in this school. We have sufferings or not? We are living in this world of suffering. How we can claim that we are happy? It is just like if you're taking swim in an ocean and you raise your hand and say, water is not touching me. How is that possible? We are in this ocean of suffering. How can we say, I'm not suffering? We all are suffering. But Krishna, he don't know this. He don't even know what is the meaning of suffering. So how? सब बिगड़ गया.
इधर छोड़ दो तुम.
हरे
सलामत
कृष्ण.
करो. उससे बढ़िया नहीं होगा.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. हरे कृष्णा Okay, stop here. ठीक है? All good?
Yes.
अच्छा. क्या बोल रहा था मैं? He don't know what is the meaning of suffering. Then who is going to take care of us? If Krishna don't know what is the meaning of suffering, to whom we should approach? Who is going to take care of us? Krishna himself manifests another form who can take care of us. Of us means those who are suffering. Krishna is Satchidanand. Satchit Anand. Anand means is full of bliss and is embodiment of bliss. So anyone who is full of bliss and embodiment of bliss, how can that personality even know that we are suffering in this world? Therefore he manifests another form of him which is non-different from him, but that other form of him is made of that style, that customized, which is also source of bliss, but can also understand our suffering. You know, that other expansion of Krishna is Shri Guru, spiritual masters. They are full of bliss, but they are made in such a way, the manifested in such a way, they can understand and relate to our sufferings. And therefore they are always showing us the right path, the best path, seeing that we are suffering, how you can be happy and blissful even while staying in this world which is full of miseries. And there's only one path. No matter how many party you go, no matter how much you enjoy, no matter how much you go around the world to enjoy, but there's only one direction. Believe my words. This is the essence of all the scriptures. This is the saying of all the holy saints. There's only one direction which can give us complete happiness and bliss, and that is devotion to the Lord, bhakti to the Lord. There is no other direction. There is no other direction. No other direction. Devotion. Now, what is the devotion means? Devotion is like a fruit. We have to cut and eat. Devotion means here 9 different categories. How we can approach the Lord with our devotion? There are 9 categories. What are those categories? Okay, a commercial break. Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo Govinda bolo Hari Gopal. Isko hata do.
नहीं महाराज
Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. Okay. That direction is devotional practices. That devotional practice is comprised of, the very first limb is Shravanam, means hearing. So who was the ideal example of Shravanam? It was Shravane Parikshit. Parikshit Maharaj. How many of you heard the name Parikshit? Yeah, from Mahabharata. Parikshit, who was descendant of Pandavas, right? When Parikshit got cursed, this is a very important point here. When he got cursed that within 7 days you're going to die. Yes. And he took shelter of Ganga, holy river in Ganga, and he started fasting. No eating, no drinking, right? When Parikshit was sitting there fasting, then so many sages came there. So why recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam took place on the bank of Ganga at Shukratal near Haridwar? When Parikshit Maharaj was sitting there fasting until death, so many sages came there. Yogis, rishis, from all over, 80,000, they assembled there. Who informed them? Nobody informed them. But they were seeing this in their trance. They were watching this in their trance, this is happening. And that's why they also want they also want to take the advantage of this situation. If Parikshit, the great king, got cursed and is fasting and want to know what is the best and the best and the best remedy to get out of this concept that we are born and we are going to die. What is that? So everyone came with their own opinion. Some said, Parikshit, continue your fasting. That's the only way of salvation. Some said, Parikshit, perform some fire sacrifice, yagyas. That's the only way to get liberation. Some came with the opinion, Parikshit, give charity. You have so much money. And many other opinions. And Parikshit Maharaj was not impressed to hear all those opinions. He was looking for something higher than this. Because he's not an ordinary personality. He's not ordinary personality. He's the one who was in the womb of his mother when he had the darshan or the vision of the Lord. Right in the womb of the mother. So what devotional practices he's performed that he's so glorious that he had the vision of the Lord right in the womb of the mother? What he performed? Nothing. Huh? Anything? Just because he's a descendant of Arjun with that relation, he became the recipient of the mercy of the Lord, and the Lord entered in the womb of the mother, Uttara, to give darshan to Parikshit. So it's not ordinary personality. And that means it's not ordinary king, it's called Raj Rishi. Raj Rishi means, even though it's king, but he's also a Rishi. It's called Raj Rishi. So it's all these opinions, whatever he's hearing, all these opinions are good, but not the best. So he was looking for some best opinion. And then came Shri Shukdev Goswami. He came on the scene and everyone stood up in the honor of Shukdev Goswami. But my point here, my question is, Shukdev Goswami, who is the embodiment or the ideal of a speaker, Kirtan. First is Shravan, means Parikshit, and Kirtan is Shukdev Goswami. So his dear parrot of Radharani, Shri Shuku Vacha, he could have gone to Vrindavan on the bank of Jamuna, or he could have gone to Govardhan to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. Why here, in Haridwar, on the bank of Ganga? It's a question here. He could have gone to Braj Mandal for 7 days. Because his very dear parrot of Radharani, and Vrindavan Dham, Braj Dham is the residence of Radharani. The Bhagavatam could have taken place near Jamuna, or at Radhakund, or at Govardhan. क्या आंसर है? Guess. बोलो माता जी.
ज्ञानी भक्त बोलिए.
ये अभिमानी प्रभु.
स्वामी वहीं पे थे ना, शुभदेव गोस्वामी के
हाँ.
वहीं पर उनको मिला होगा.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं, वो तो आए
अच्छा,
तो सबको बोल सकते थे चलो वृंदावन, वहीं भागवत करेंगे.
नहीं, गंगा के तट पर बैठ के करना जरूरी था.
क्यों जरूरी था?
क्योंकि गंगा बहुत प्योर है.
तो जमुना जी नहीं है?
हाँ, वो भी है, लेकिन गंगा is more,
No.
known for that.
Jamuna is more superior than Ganga ji.
अच्छा.
The Harikatha Dwar, it's a doorway to go to the goal of Vrindavan, that's why.
Vrindavan, what can be more?
It's spiritual goal.
नहीं.
Come on, have memory card.
This is only a guess, but I've heard that he did not directly utter the name of Radharani in the Srimad Bhagavatam, because then he would fade, he would go into samadhi, and then the 7 days would go by. So if he went to Vrindavan, maybe there would be too much Udipana, too much reminders of Srimati Radhika, and then he would not be able to speak.
This is one good answer.
Yeah.
The other answer? This is very good answer, what he said.
Hey, Maharaj.
Hmm?
आप बोलिए.
So listen now. Shukdev Goswami wondered and he observed there's so many yogis, karmis, different kind of rishis. And he has to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. Especially the 10th canto, the Ras Leela and all that stuff. All those pastimes. If I go to Vrindavan, no, another way, this is for relishing and preaching together. Relishing. He's relishing speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. But this is a spot where he can preach to all those yogis or those who are interested or inclined towards merge in impersonal Brahma. And therefore he directly claimed there, Parinishtopi nirgunya uttam shlok leelaya घृत चेज राजऋषि आख्याम यद्धित्वान. All you yogis sitting here, you practicing yoga to get merged into impersonal Brahma, and I'm already principal of that college of impersonal Brahma. I came from that domain. Who brought me here? Vyasadeva. Parinishtopi nirgunya uttam shlok leelaya घृत चेज राजऋषि आख्याम यद धित्वान. When I heard the glories of Krishna narrated by Vyasadeva, it dragged me from that impersonalism to the personal features of the Lord. Seeing they are not adhikaris. If they go to Brajmandal, they won't understand the glories of Brajmandal. So he was kind of protecting that domain, that dimension. And better, I speak here on the bank of Ganga, relishing and preaching. First, I want them also to conversion to devotees. Then they will acquire the qualification to go to Brajmandal. So preaching begins from Shukdev Goswami. Relishing and preaching. That's the nature of the acharyas. They relish and they also preach together. It's not that they're just preaching. Or it's not that they're just relishing. Simultaneously, both go parallel. Relishing and preaching. Understand? So Parikshit Maharaji, embodiment of, ideal of Shravanam. How he was hearing this. Srimad Bhagavatam 24/7. Without any break. No break there. Just hearing. After 4th day, Shukdev Goswami gave a pause. Say, "O King Parikshit, you must be thirsty now. If not hungry, at least thirsty." No, because a human being can live without food for 3 months. 3 months without food. 1 month, doctor can tell. And how many months without water?
Not more than 7 days.
Not more than 7 days. And how about air? 3 minutes.
Yeah. Depend on the person.
What I heard, without food 3 months, without water 1 month, and without air 3 minutes. So Shukdev Goswami gave a pause there. Oh Parikshit, if you're not hungry, you want to go and drink water, I'll continue after you drink water. Parikshit Maharaj said, no. When I'm drinking this nectar which is emanating from your lotus lips, there is no space of any ordinary water in there. But try to understand what I'm saying. Shri Shukdev Goswami is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, which nectarian pastimes of the Lord, full of nectar. You understand nectar? What is nectar? If anyone drink nectar, never dies, get a long life, immortal. You know? Shukdev Goswami is not only just speaking, but the flow of nectar from his lotus lips. And Parikshit Maharaj was drinking this nectar, drinking this nectar, drinking this nectar, day and night, non-stop. So therefore he said, no, I don't want to drink any water. Instead, all this episode happened just because of water. Why Parikshit got this curse? Just because of water. You know the story? That's why I'm not going very high, because you know what happened? Can you tell?
I think he went to the forest and he saw one rishi doing he was in his samadhi, so he thought that he's doing fake. So he tried that, he put the right snake into his neck and checked that he's real or not. But then I think Rishi's son saw that, and after the samadhi, son told everything to Rishi that this has happened, and then he just gave a curse to Parikshit.
Yes, very good, thank you. Parikshit Maharaj was in the forest and he was very thirsty. To quench that thirst, he came to a rishi whose name was Shamak Rishi, who was in deep meditation and who was not understanding what's happening. So Parikshit Maharaj, he took a dead snake and put on his neck. And therefore the son of that rishi, Shamak Rishi, whose name was Shingi, he cursed Parikshit Maharaj that you offended my father like this by putting the dead snake on his neck. I'm going to curse you. Takshak, the king of all the snakes, is going to come and bite you, and you're going to die in 7 days. Yes, everyone knows this story, right? So Parikshit Maharaj said, "Oh Shukdev Goswami, I don't want any water, because I'm drinking this nectar which is emanating from your lotus lips. This nectar. I don't want water. So therefore please continue speaking. So Parikshit Maharaj, he was just hearing, and just hearing for 7 days, he got very high designation. Just by hearing. So Shravane Parikshit Vyasi Kirtane. Shukdev Goswami by speaking. Kirtan, like he's the best Kirtaniya. He sings so good. But only singing melodiously is not called Kirtan. The best Kirtaniya of the era is Shukdev Goswami, who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam. Madhure Bhagavata Sar, Braj Karilo Prachar, Taha Shuk Vyasera Nandan, Varne Athechi Janaiti. Madhure Bhagavata Sar, the essence of all opulence of the Lord is not in the opulence, exhibition of opulence, but it is in the sweetness of the Lord. And where this sweetness of the Lord is expressed mostly, at topmost, only in Vrindavan. And who described the Madhure, the sweetness of Krishna? Shri Shukdev Goswami. So therefore he is the best Kirtaniya. And not only he described the opulence, sweetness, but he also described the opulence of the Lord. Both opulence and sweetness. So Shukdev Goswami, the best Kirtaniya forever, right? Shavane Parikshit. Parikshit Maharaj by hearing, Vyasaki Kirtane, Shukdev Goswami by speaking, Prahlad tu Smarane. Prahlad Maharaj just remembering his Lord. No. He's just meditating on his Lord and seeing the presence of his Lord everywhere. In a butterfly, in trees, in plants, and animals, birds, everywhere. Unto the point when he was being asked, can you see your Lord in the pillar? You know? And just Satyam Vidatu Nijabhrityam Bhashitam, to prove the word of his devotee that yes, I am present everywhere. It's not that Narsimha Bhagavan was residing in that pillar. That's not his space. That's not his place. He's in Vaikuntha, the spiritual celestial world. And he gets served by all his associates and servants, with the goddess of fortune serving him there. Understand? So it's not that Narsimha Bhagavan is residing in that pillar, but Satyam Vidatum Nijabhritya Bhashita, to prove the word of the devotee, my Prahlad, prove his word that he is present in the pillar. Shri Lord Narsimha, he appeared from the pillar. You saw that movie, right? How many of you saw that? Watched that movie? Yeah, beautiful, huh? Narsimha.
देखिए महाराज आप देखिए AI की
So, Prahlad is always meditating. So he achieved perfection by meditating on Lord. Understand? Then comes Pada Sevanam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Who achieved perfection in that? Who's massaging the feet of Lord? Lakshmi Ji. Everyone Lakshmi, right? So where is the place of Lakshmi? Everyone wants Lakshmi, but where is Lakshmi? Lakshmi कहाँ रहती है? भगवान के चरणों की सेवा करती है. Lakshmi always massaging the feet of the Lord. She don't want to leave. Imagine, all day long she's just massaging. But who is superior, Lakshmi or the devotees? Prove me.
Prove you?
Yeah?
Oh.
You said devotee, then you have to prove how devotee. Lakshmi, listen. No, first question is, Lakshmi ji is massaging the feet of Vishnu, the Lord, right? So she's always in proximity with Lord, so much closeness. Yeah? But how she can be superior than devotees? Or devotees can be superior than her?
Yeah, it is. In the last Leela, she wanted to go. The devotee gopis went, they are devotee of Krishna. And she is still doing tapasya in the well done.
But not all devotees can go in Ras Leela.
No, I said the gopis. I didn't say
Oh, no, I'm not speaking of gopis. Devotees.
General devotees.
General devotees. Okay, is Prahlad Maharaj superior or Lakshmi ji superior? Kyun bhai? Prove me.
Devotee is above.
Because devotee है Krishna के.
So this you have to prove me with
Krishna is
evidence.
supreme. That's why.
No, but Lakshmi ji is also devotee. She's wife of Lord.
But she's pride of her this thing activity.
No.
Yeah, when she was asked to
Forget about Ras.
why I cannot go in the Ras.
Don't compare Ras here. The question is Prahlad Maharaj superior or Lakshmi ji superior? Forget about Ras Leela. You guys go very high, you go PhD level. I'm on a first grade student, Baba. Hanji.
Lakshmi is
जब लगाते हैं गोपियां जब बोले थे नहीं सब जब devotees can put the
Don't go to the gopis. That's a very high dimension.
Because of his bhakti of Prahlad Maharaj, he is
Maharaj.
more superior than Lakshmi.
She wants to say the
But Lakshmi ji also serving.
Serving, but then chanting of the name of Harinam and immense, he himself immersed into the soul that he just remembering the Hari Krishna, Harinam, so Krishna Bhagwan, so he seems more superior than the Lakshmi. Since Lakshmi is physically devotee, I mean, she is also a devotee of Lord Vishnu.
Okay, tell me one thing. Is in house, not in America, but say India, is wife more superior or the servant of the house is superior?
Maharaj, the answer she says.
Yes, Mataji.
The devotees are there by choice. They are there with their heart because they believe in something. Lakshmi is serving a role, which is she is a wife. So she is doing what she is supposed to do in their. So devotees are superior always because they are there by choice.
But my point is Lakshmi is not devotee? Why we are deducting her from the section of devotee?
I don't know, but you
She's-
said why. I think devotees are superior because they are there by choice.
Okay. Let me hear everyone's, then I'll come to the conclusion.
Neither of them
So
are
Golu
superior.
Vrindavan is
Neither of them
They're all
superior.
equal because they're all devotees of Krishna. And so they're all equal because they all have the Lord in their heart and they're loving the Lord of everyone.
Okay. Any other answer?
Since you mentioned Prahlad Maharaj in particular, when Lord Nrsimha was showing his, his great anger and rage, all the demigods, including Lakshmi, they said, "Oh, he's too angry." Lakshmi ji said, "Oh, I've never seen my husband in such an angry mood before." So they said, "Prahlad Maharaj, you go pacify him. He came here." So Lakshmi ji also has bhakti, of course. She is Swarup Shakti. She's the wife of the Lord. It's just in this case, since you mentioned Prahlad Maharaj, it's by the bhakti of the devotee, the Lord comes under the control of their praying. So in this particular pastime, Lord Nrsimhadev only came under the control of the love of Prahlad Maharaj specifically. Even Lakshmi ji and all the other demigods, they took a backseat and they pushed Prahlad Maharaj forward. They acknowledged Prahlad Maharaj's bhakti as superior to theirs, at least in that instance.
Okay. Any other answer? Very good. Or going answer? So everyone's answer is correct. Devotees are superior than Lakshmi, but why? What is the evidence? This was my question only. I'm on the same page.
Krishna is supreme.
Krishna himself said that he's, more dear to, the devotees are more dear to him. Krishna himself.
That's the correct answer.
What is the answer?
Nahi. Listen. Many of you read or heard Priyad Bhagavatamritam. Understand? Where Narad, the great saint Narad, he is doing a research, a PhD. Who is the best recipient of the mercy of the Lord? Understand? So, big story. Narad went to Swarga, to Indra. Indra encouraged Narad to say, "I'm not a pure devotee, whereas I'm always at fault. I doubt Lord, I fight with him, so I'm not pure devotee. If you want to see pure devotee, you go to Brahma ji." Indra sent to Brahma. Then Narad came to Brahma ji, said, "You are the best recipient of the mercy of the Lord." Brahma said, "Me? No way." Narad said, "Yes, you are, because you always serving him, participating in his pastimes." But Brahma ji said, "But I also doubt him. I stole his friends and his calves. So I'm not the recipient of the mercy. If you want to see any best devotee, then go to Mahadev, Shiva." Yes? Then Naraji came to Shiva. "Oh Mahadev, you are the best devotee of the Lord." Shivaji said, "Don't ever say this. I'm not best devotee. I'm just trying a little bit, some service, but I'm not the best." Narad said, "Come on. You always chant the glories of the Lord on the beats. Ram, Ram, Ram. You meditate on the pastimes of the Lord. You always remember his pastimes. So who can be more superior than you? You are Devadidev Mahadev." Shiva said, "No. I fought with Lord." You know this pastime? जानते हैं? शिव जी भगवान से युद्ध किए थे. Shiva, he fought with Lord. You know this pastime? No. At Kashi, the king of Kashi, he was a devotee of Mahadev. So, from where to start? It's a very long story. Anyway, so he went against Krishna. Krishna burned the entire Kashi with his chakra. So he approached to Banasur, who is a big demon, but who got blessed by Shiva with 1,000 hands. Once upon a time, Banasur was playing Mridanga and she was dancing. Aha, Banasur, what? So nice. All beats are correct. You know, those who are dancers and singers, if they see one little fault in the beat, they get immediately distracted. Banasur was playing so expertly and she was enjoying it. And after enjoying that, Shiva said, ask me a boon. Banasur said, give me 1,000 hands. Why? Because then I was going to play 500 mridangas. And you can dance for hours and hours. But he was cheating Shiva. Shiva is Bholenath, is very simple. Very simple person. He said, okay, I give you 1,000 hands. Means 500 mridangas you can play at the same time. But he wanted to become the ruler, the conqueror of the whole world. That was his intent. So anyway, cutting down the story, he fought with Shiva, took side of his disciple and he fought with Krishna. But he got defeated by Krishna. And by remembering this, Shiva is thinking, oh, I did a blunder mistake. I fought with my Lord. It's a blunder mistake. So when Naraji approached Shiva saying that you're the best recipient of the mercy of Lord, Shiva said, no way. So Naraji said, then where can I go? Who's the best recipient of the mercy? At that moment, there's a diversion. At that moment, Shiva is thinking, if I send him to Lakshmi, because she's always massaging the feet of the Lord. Who can be more close to the Lord? Lakshmi resides on the chest of Lord. Lakshmi also massages the feet of the Lord. She's wife. She serves the Lord with always. Yeah? Who can be more close than Lakshmi? But then Shiva, who always recites Srimad Bhagavatam to his consort Parvati. Yeah? Vaishnav Nam Yatha Shambhu. Shiva is the best amongst all the Vaishnavas. So he started pondering on the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because everything be sent with evidence, not without evidence. So Shiva said, Narad, if you want to see the recipient of the mercy of Lord, then go to Prahlad. Not to Lakshmi. Why? Because of the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna, he said in 11th canto to Uddhav, Na yatha me priyatma, atma yoni na shankara, na sankarshno na cha shriya, nevatma cha yatha bhavan. Krishna took hand of Uddhav and he said, Uddhav, listen to me carefully. Na yatha me priyatma, atma yoni na shankara. O Uddhav, my son Brahma, because Brahma emanated from the navel of the Lord. My son Brahma is not dear to me. My brother Sankarshan is not dear to me. My consort Lakshmi is not dear to me. My own self is not dear to me. As you devotee, you are more close to me, intimate to me. You are more dear to me than anyone else. Shivji, he took this verse in his head when he sent Narad to Prahlad Maharaj. Not just randomly with any other, oh Lakshmi ji is doing this, Prahlad is... No, with evidence. This is the evidence Shiva gave to Naraji. Na yathame priyatma atma yoni na shankara. Not Brahma, nor Shiva, not my brother Sankarshan, not even myself is more dear to me as you, my devotee, is more dear to me than anyone else. Understand? This was evidence Shiva gave there. And that's why Naraji, he came to Prahlad Maharaj. But that doesn't mean, this is about the comparative study. So when we do comparative study, it is not to minimize someone's glories, but to highlight someone's glories. That doesn't mean Lakshmi, she's not serving Lord. She's always massaging the feet of the Lord. She never leaves. And who achieved the perfection? But Pada Sevanam, the serving the lotus feet of the Lord, is Lakshmi Devi. Akrura Stabi Vandane. Akrura. With his prayers and stutis. When Kansa sent Akrura to Braj to get Krishna and Balaram, Akrura saw all, when he traveled from Mathura to Braj, he saw the footprints of Krishna all over. And just by seeing the footprints of Krishna, he got overwhelmed, weeping and crying. And he was, clearing and rubbing the lotus, the impressions on the stones. Because when Krishna walks on the stones, on the earth, on the soil, his foot impressions get impressed there. And Akrura, seeing those marks on the lotus feet of Krishna, there are 19 marks, 11 and 8, 19 marks on the lotus feet of Krishna. When Akrura saw this, he got overwhelmed and he started performing stutis, prayers. Stuti means prayers. Akrura Stabi Vandane. Akrura got perfection with prayers. So if you take any of these limbs of bhakti, you can achieve perfection. So first is Shravanam, hearing. If you just keep on hearing, like Raji Prabhu, even though he's cooking, I chastise him. Why you not here? Why you cooking? He said, because I have to serve all the Vaishnavas. He's cooking, but again and again he's coming and putting his ears here. He's very fond of listening. So even if you hear and listen Harikatha, I'm very fond of hearing, you can achieve perfection. And if anyone is very fluent in speaking, because this is one art, not everyone has this art. But art has nothing to do with devotion. Mind this. Any art has nothing to do with devotion. Any qualities have nothing to do with devotion. I can give you evidence from Rupa Goswami. Bhakti tushyati bhagwan nacha guner madhava. Only bhakti satisfies the Lord. Qualities doesn't satisfy Lord. If I stand here, do offering to Radha and Krishna, I may recite some mantras, very deep mantras and prayers, but my mind is another direction, thinking about something else, and I'm reciting so many mantras. What is the use? There is no devotion there. There is no devotion there. But yesterday morning I saw, she was doing offering here. I was chanting there. I saw how she was doing offering here. My heart melted with so much love and affection and devotion. Aao bhog lagao mere mohan. Nahi tha na?
Aao bhog lagao pyare mohan.
Pyare mohan. She was singing right in front of Krishna. So much love. This is called bhakti. Reciting mantras, of course, if you have love and mantras together, that's the best thing. But only knowing so much, I know so much scriptures, I know so many verses, I can recite so many verses, but I have not developed any love for the Lord. No use. Bhakti tushyate bhagwan nacha guner madhava. Rupa Goswami Pad is saying. On what context he is saying this? Vyad sa acharan dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka. If we say you should have a good conduct, then the Lord can get impressed with you. That means those who have bad conduct, they have no access to the Lord? Yes, they also have access to the Lord. Because good conduct, bad conduct is again a different form of qualities. Understand? That doesn't mean we have to become a terrorist. But if a person is in bad conduct, he or she is also have access to devotion. No one can stop him or her to approach to the Lord. There was one, a big बदमाश को क्या बोलते हैं? A rascal, a culprit. He was very much attracted to a woman in South India. His name was Dhanurdhar. So wherever she walks, she goes to market for shopping, wherever, he's always holding an umbrella, not walking besides her, but walking, क्या बोलेंगे?
In front of her.
In front of her. Means if she's walking straight, he's walking in front of her, holding umbrella and always
Towards
staring
her, not sorry, towards her.
towards her
Towards her.
and walking back.
Yeah, back, yeah. उसको देखते हुए.
Yeah, by holding umbrella, always staring her beauty, staring, and she can't say anything, and no one can dare come in between and say anything because he was very much known for he can kill anyone, and very big bouncer body. He came to temple. So what is this conduct? Everyone is scared of him. According to this conduct, he can't get access to devotion. So once upon a time, she came to temple. Lord Vardaraj in South India. She came to temple and she's standing there and all others are also standing. The pujari, the priest, he closed the curtains because he entered, this guy, rascal, he entered there. And he is showing his back towards the Lord. So that's why the priest closed the curtain. That this is not a proper etiquette. If he turn around his face towards Lord, then he's going to open the curtain. And now everyone was standing there, waiting. No one dare say anything to him that can you please change your direction. Everyone is scared. Understand? And in that temple, there comes Shri Ramanujacharya, a great saint. When he saw this scene, the 5 curtains are closed. I want to have darshan of the Lord. Then he understood the situation. So he was not at all scared of anything. He came to Dhanurdhar, this person, and he said, "What are you looking at?" He said, "You also look. She's so beautiful. I always want to adore the beauty. I've never seen any beautiful woman in my life. You also see she's so beautiful." So Ramanujacharya said, "Yes, of course, she is very beautiful. But if I challenge you, I can show much more beauty than this. Then will you also going to be attracted to her or the other beauty?" He said, "I challenge you." He challenged a saintly person, Ramanujacharya. "I challenge you, there cannot be anyone beautiful than her." Shri Ramanujacharya said, "Just obey my words, turn around your face, and I'm going to show you much more beauty than this." He said, "Okay, I accept this challenge." And he turned around his face. And he indicated to the priest, "Open the curtains." When he opened the priest opened the curtains, everyone saw the beauty of the Lord. Shri Ramanujacharya, he kept his hand on the head of that rascal, Dhanurdhar. The blessings, that means infusion of bhakti in him. And then when he saw the Lord, tears came from his eyes. Now he only wanted to see the Lord. He don't want to see anyone else. That beauty of a woman faded. This is nothing in comparison with the beauty of the Lord. And there itself he became a devotee. So is good conduct is the only parameter or is the only way to attract a devotion? No. Even a person with bad conduct have access to devotion. So he became a devotee. Tears of love emanated from his eyes. And then he looked around Shri Ramanujacharya and said, "Please accept me as your disciple. You have changed the prospect of my life. You changed the prospect of my life. No one is beautiful in this world. Only the Lord is beautiful. And then he don't even want to look to that woman. And there in the temple itself, Sri Ramanujacharya gave him initiation. And after receiving initiation, he said, "Oh spiritual master, my Gurudev, now what is my service? What are your orders for me?" He said, "Marry that woman." And he said, "I have no interest. I don't want to marry anyone. Just take me with you, and I want to serve the Lord." Such transformation in few seconds. Lava matra sadhu sangha sarv siddhi hai. 1/10 portion of a second association of a saintly person, high class saintly person, can change the whole prospect of life. One click can change the prospect of life. And he got this there. He said, "I have no interest in marrying her." He said, but his Gurudev Ramanujacharya said, "But this is what I want. You should marry her." And then he married her. Without material attachment, but with the order, with the point of obeying the order of his Guru, he married her. And they were both staying together and engaged in worship all times. And he was very rich too. Once upon a time in the ashram, in the temple, brahmacharis were speaking, his disciples were speaking ill about this person, Dhanudhar. He was such a bad conduct, worst person, a dacoit, a terrorist. What was his lifestyle earlier? Now he became devotee, so what? But what about his background? And to show to his disciples that devotion, bhakti, has nothing to do with good and bad conduct. Every day, Sri Ramanujacharya was going to take bath in the river Kaveri. So when he's walking on the sand towards the river, he's putting his hand on the shoulder of his disciples, who were sannyasis, high class, full word sannyasis. And after bath, he was putting hand on the shoulder of this Dhanudhar. Understand? What do you understand with this?
That everyone is redeemable, and it brings it back to the main point. That if you see Krishna everywhere and in everyone, that no one is better than you, and you are better than no one.
But what you understand with this point, that when he's going for taking bath, he's putting his hands, taking support of his renounced devotees.
Yeah.
But after taking bath, he's taking support of this person.
I see the roles.
After getting clean, he doesn't want to get dirty.
And so that he...
Because he was a dirty person.
So he's just as holy as this renounced associate.
How he became holy?
From love of the Lord.
Because he was started doing devotional practices.
Yes.
So this was a doubt amongst all renounced devotees, that our Gurudev is not doing anything proper. This is not right. Okay, he's including our Gurudev, spiritual master, including him in our camp. That's nice. It's good of him. But before taking bath, he's supposed to put his hand on his shoulder, and after bath, on our shoulder, because we are renounced. Understand my point? But he was doing reverse. Opposite. So when he came back home in his ashram, what he did? Overnight, he started, stealing. Spiritual master, he started stealing the clothes and some watches, things like that from different devotees and keeping in different locations. When they all got up in the morning, they start fighting, quarreling. Hey, you stole my cloth. Hey, you did this. Hey, you did that. For just small, little, insignificant things, they were fighting. This was the main goal of Sri Ramanacharya, to prove that there is no superior or inferior. One who practices most is superior. Regardless if a family life or in a renounced order of life. Hai? So Ramanacharya, what he did, he called upon his renounced devotees, sannyasis. Said, listen, I have some shortage of fund in the ashram, in the temple. You guys go to Dhanudhar when he's not at home, when his wife is sleeping, go and steal all her ornaments. Rob them. And disciples got worried. Gurudev, what you teaching us? This is not proper. He said, do what I'm saying. Don't question me. So when Dhanudhar was not at home, the wife was resting. All these disciples, they came home and they robbed from the locker. They took everything. So while they were going with all that gold and silver and cash, they saw the wife is also wearing diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, ankle bells. So she was sleeping and they're taking out the earrings, the bracelets and the ankle belt of one side. And she, if someone taking your earrings, can you sleep? She was fully aware what's happening. But she thought, oh, maybe something emergency, something happened wrong in the temple, and Gurudev is feeling embarrassed and shy to ask money from us, and that's why he sent his disciples to steal. So they took from one side. I must turn around so they can take the other part also. The moment she turned around, they all ran away from there. And they came running and brought all possessions to Gurudev. Ramanacharya said, Gurudev, here are all possessions. Gurudev said, now go and listen what they're going to speak. What they're speaking. They came back again. And when Dhanudhar came back home, he saw everything is just distorted. Everything is just here and there. And he told his wife, what happened? Thieves came. I'm going to call the soldiers. She said, no. God brothers came. They stole everything. And they also stole one part of my earrings and bracelets and all that stuff. Then Dhanudhar saw she's wearing the other side. And he chastised his wife. If God brothers came and they robbed everything, why can't you give the other part of their ornaments too? She said, I was about to give, but they all ran away. That means there is something wrong in the temple and Gurudev didn't want you to disturb us. So let's go and give this also. They both came to the temple and they say, Gurudev, I think something wrong in the temple, you need some money. So here the other part of my, jewelry, ornaments, the other side also. And seeing this action, all the temple residents, they're feeling so embarrassed. So embarrassed. This is called dedication. They are married but they are renunciate. They want to give everything to a Gurudev for his temple. And the renunciates in the temple, they were just fighting just for small little things, for clothes, for socks, for just one shirt. Then they got so embarrassed. And for this point, Sri Ramanacharya proved Bhakti is not dependent on good or bad conduct. Bhakti is independent. Everyone has access to Bhakti. Okay, one question. Is anyone who has killed just approx 1,000 people, one who has killed 1,000 people in his life, can that person can have access to Bhakti or not?
Yes.
Killing 1,000 people. Can you do Bhakti?
It depends. Yes. It depends if they approach a Mahabhagat, then he can forgive.
No, that's a different case. But according to the constitution, not constitution of the country, the constitution of the soul, if he or she can have access to devotion or not, even a person with that bad conduct. उलट नाम जग जग जाना वाल्मीकि भय ब्रह्म समाना.
Confused कर रहे हैं आप.
My job is to make you confused.
अब समझ गए.
Who was he? A dacoit.
वाल्मीकि है.
He killed so many people that the well was
He
filled.
killed 3 wells. He filled the 3 wells with the Brahmin threads. That many people he killed in his life.
Yeah.
How can he get bhakti? People curse him. But he became a pure devotee of the Lord. You know why? Just with one point. Chanting the names of the Lord. That's why in their house I was telling the other day, chanting is the best atonement. Chanting is the best worship. Yes, Kaksha, remember? Chanting is the best worship. Chanting is the best atonement. There cannot be anything beyond chanting. Even a bad person, a bad conduct person can become a holy saint, provided taking shelter of holy name from a bona fide spiritual master. So Vyad Sachran. Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Even a bad conduct person can get bhakti. What to speak of one who is a very pious and good person. So, it's a long story. Vyada Sachran Dhruvasya Chavayo Vidya Gajendrasya Ka Kubjayo Kinu Ram Rup Adikam Kim Tam Sudamno Dhanam Vamsh Kim Vidurasya Yadapati Ugrasya Kim Parasha Bhakti Tushyati Bhagwan Nachar Guner Madhava. Bhakti Tushyati Bhagwan. Only devotion can satisfy Lord. Nacha Guner Madhava. Qualities can't satisfy Lord. You are beautiful, you are not beautiful. You are rich, you are not rich. You are young, you are old. Yeah? It has nothing to do with devotion. No racism there. You are white, you are black, doesn't matter. You are Indian, you are American, you are Russian, you are Chinese, doesn't matter. Bhakti has, everyone has access to bhakti. Every individual. That's the constitution of position of the soul. Jive Sarup hai Krishner Nityadas. Everyone is servant of the Lord. This nature is a servant of the Lord. So, if we come to this understanding, no matter if I'm young, old, if I'm rich or poor, if I have good business or if I have not good business, or I'm struggling in this world or I'm not struggling in this world, for everyone, devotion is must. And devotion must means devotion to whom? The Almighty, the Supreme Lord. Not devotion towards trees or plants or animals. That is also one kind of devotion. That's fine, but that's not ultimate devotion. 1% is not ultimate. 100% is called ultimate. So ultimate devotion is devotion unto Krishna. That's the essence of all the scriptures. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Thank you so much for coming. And special thanks to Rajiv Prabhu and his wife and kids to hosting this beautiful program here. One big clapping for them. Yes?
Thank you everyone for coming.
He's saying clapping is not enough. He's saying everyone has to bless us. So the best way, clapping is also a kind of applaud to glorify or praise someone, but in our devotee section, how we glorify? By raising hands and chanting Mahamantra for this family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All blessings to Rajiv Prabhu and his entire family. Hare Krishna. And the good news, from Krishna to Kishori. Yeah? She got Harinam initiation just 2 days, yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So her name was Krishna, now her name is Kishori. Spiritual name is Kishori. Yeah? But we can call her Krishna too, which is also good. But she wanted to have another name, spiritual name, so I gave the name Kishori Dasi. Who's Kishori? Kishori is Radha Rani. Kishori Dasi ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Lochan Das Thakur ji ki Jai. Okay. Anything else?
बस आरती हम लोग 1 बजे करते तो थोड़ा महामंत्र.
You see.
हाँ?
You see. 5 minutes, ma'am.
5 minutes.
Then we conclude with that. Please help him.
हमारा ज्योतिर्लिंग ठाकुर भाई दोपहरा गांव में वो जाते हैं कि
महामंत्र करके खुशहाल
कर
रहेंगे.
रही है
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna